So would you buy a murder home for 400K under value? That's what I always wonder. And I'm talking about stigmatized properties, whether there's a death in the home, a murder in the home. So this was in South Etobicoke. And this one here was a property that went on the market. It was a detached property, 3-bed, 1-bath. Typically, these kind of properties are going to sell, roughly speaking, in today's market. We're filming this in June. Around about $1 million to $1.05 million is what this property would go for. Let's just say, for argument's sake, $950. So this property here, this was unfortunately a double homicide in the home. So this was just south of Evans in Etobicoke here. And this actually was a tragic event. It was a 33-year-old man. He actually murdered his grandmother and mother in the home and was actually at large when the property went on the market in August of 2024. They didn't actually capture him until the July 2025, but the house did go on the market. It was on actually for quite some time because they had to disclose all the information. It was in the news, it was an estate sale now. This property was then listed at about 900K. So at the time, because this would have been a couple years ago, those properties were selling closer to 1.1 or so. So they put the property on the market in April of 2025. Now at this point, the suspect was still at large. They didn't capture him till July. So keep that in mind. So the person who ended up buying this house, and this is where I always wonder, would you buy or would you not? 3-bedroom detached property in South Etobicoke with a garage, and it ended up selling for $675. So that is almost 400K under market value. Now for this property, personally, this is my own opinion of what I would have done. I probably would have bought the house, waited until they caught the suspect. Now, luckily for this person, they actually ended up catching the person. It was bought in about June. They actually caught the guy a month later. So, I mean, as long as the person's caught, in my eyes, I'm okay with the house. Now, would I actually live in the home as an end user? I don't think I personally would. I'd love to hear what you guys would comment in the comments on that. Would you move in? Would you not? But I would have renovated the home. The way the house was set up, you could have turned it into a duplex, rent out the top, rent out the bottom. And based on just buying the home at $675, this house would have cash flowed you about $2,500 a month. So even if you held the property for 5 years, let the dust settle, and then sell it, you probably, even if you only sold it for $1 million, $1.1 million, you're still gonna have a return of about 500, 600K. So, I mean, you gotta ask yourself, what's the risk? What's the reward? Very curious to hear your comments below. Would you buy a stigmatized property?